What the fuck is up, fight fans? It's your man 3K the Boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up. You already know what it is. So shout out to everybody. I hope everybody's having a great Sunday morning. I hope everybody's had a great weekend and all of that. So we gonna get into it. So why not give it a little bit of Reaper Gang energy on a Sunday? Since you know we have a little bit of unorthodox shit going on. We got some unorthodox events happening on a day that boxing usually doesn't, proceed. But let's talk about it, because there's some things that I want to talk about that I don't think that, many people are taking into consideration here, because it's not even about, this really isn't even about the UK boxing market in a whole. This isn't even about just, on the Eastern Seaboard. This isn't even about their business and the business that they're running boxing. This is more about, like the carousel, the merry-go-round that is American boxing, and the clown shit. The clown shit. The homie don't play that type of clown shit that goes on over here. So, if we realistically look at this situation, I said this yesterday in a community post. I said, I was like, if Tyron Woodley doesn't spark Jake Paul out, American boxing is going to be knee-deep in the Tekashi 6IX9INE business. And if nobody knows who Tekashi 6IX9INE is, I'm pretty sure you can put one and one together and equate that to the picture that I have in front of you. So, do you see what I mean when I say the Tekashi 6IX9INE business? If you were to look at this picture that I have on my screen right here as my icon or whatever, my little avatar, whatever, a little profile pic, you would think that that's a strange motherfucker now, wouldn't you? You would think that's a weird dude. You would think this is a dude that's just a little different. And I don't think, the sport of boxing and this picture goes hand in hand. Or does it? We're getting there. So I just wanted to, kind of like let the boxing world know that, it is a strange, it has been strange events happening in boxing or whatever. But if you just look at how this whole situation played out from Showtime to, the little face-off events they doing, better promo than anything boxing can put together. So yeah, if you want me to take a jab at that, I will. I'm gonna talk about it all. But they putting a lot behind this shit. A lot behind a lot of our or your favorite fighters. And that's a problem. That's a big problem. But it's not a big problem for, I would say the UK, because a majority of that shit is happening over here. I do believe the KSI thing, but look, KSI ain't doing that shit like that back to back. Had his little 2 fights, made his bag or whatever, got up out of it. So I would have to say, that's the only UK event that I could really think of. But a majority of this shit is taking places in the Miamis, the New Yorks, the Las Vegas, and it's top billing over, once again, your or my favorite fighters. So I just think that, it really is a state of emergency, and that's something that we should speak about here. So in all reality, I need Tyron Woodley to spark this dude out. Will it happen? I don't know. I really don't think that I'm putting too much into what Jake Paul is as a boxer, because I don't think of dude as a boxer. Now, you could train in boxing for 3 fucking years and fight celebrities all day long. It don't make you a fucking boxer. You can fight basketball players all day long. It don't make you a boxer. Just because you're training for 3 years straight, it doesn't make you a boxer. I'm telling you, you're bro, it takes a long time to learn to ride that motherfucking bike. It takes a long time to ride that bike. So for me to even think that deeply into it, or even want to give this man any type of credit outside of, if I didn't emphasize earlier when speaking on this shit, if I didn't emphasize on the fact that Jake Paul is a civilian and to give him credit that exceeds any further than the fact that Tyron Woodley is a UFC former champion. Nah, it shouldn't do that. That's as far as it goes. So I need everybody to know, for me, that's as far as it goes. You know, at the end of the day, like, where the fuck do we go from here? Because apparently this is a recipe that's gaining a lot of traction, and they're doing it in very efficient ways to catch people off guard to where the promotion stands out farther beyond whatever boxing has going on in America right now. Like, they didn't, you notice they didn't do this fight on a Saturday. This fight is happening on a Sunday. What the fuck is anybody doing on Sunday? Absolutely nothing. So it is prime time to grab people's attention, bro. When you don't have shit going on, yeah, fuck it, why not? And I'm just saying, it's not like this dude doesn't, it's not like anybody doesn't know who Jake Paul is. And speaking to another aspect of popularity, it's not like people who really don't identify with, you know, mixed martial arts or combat sports in general doesn't know who Tyron Woodley is. Because Tyron Woodley is a very respectable figure in the sport of mixed martial arts, no matter how you want to slice it. Arguably, you know, mixed martial arts, the UFC's greatest, you know, defender of all time. So with all those things being said, it's going to grab attention. And the fact that, you know, like I said, man, it's a lot being put into it. And people don't do shit for like this for no reason. And if we can't, we already can identify with the fact that this is a recipe that has been winning lately. Tickets have been selling. I mean, Mayweather flew through this joint and just cashed real quick, cashed all the way out and just jetted. Logan Paul cashed all the way out and jetted. Regardless of if it's Floyd or Logan Paul or not, there have been other events and they've won. I just spoke to another one when I mentioned KSI, and who was that? Logan. So at the end of the day, man, boxing is in a weird place in America. It could get really spooky, and you know how when people talk about, yo, you don't want boxing to end up on some wrestling shit, like peep the wrestling shit. So shout out to everybody in the building. We're gonna get to it. As always, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. Oh yeah, and a disclaimer, because I want to start doing this shit at the beginning of the show for motherfuckers who walk up in here. Like, yo, this show is packed with profane language. It's unfiltered. I don't necessarily try to like dot my I's and cross my T's when it come to not cussing. So don't expect that shit when you come in here. So just to let you know, I'm going to let the shit fly. So yeah, hope everybody having a great Sunday. All the salute, sweetheart. Merle Dixon, what it do? King Peter Edwards in the building. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Mr. T, the meme king. I'm Bake Station, salute. Junior, what it do? Upheaval 963 said, calling Jake Paul a boxer is an insult to real boxers who have been putting in the work for years. I mean, like, yo, did anybody watch the Showtime Face Off? I mean, like, look at how this dude was acting, bro. Like, do you understand, like, just watching that one press conference, because you got Tyron Woodley, who legit is a fighter, so he's taking this shit serious, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jake Paul don't take life serious at all, man. He don't take life serious at all. And just because you running around, like, sparring with Jay Leon Love, I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Jay Leon Love, are you kidding me? Like you got Amanda Serrano campaigning for you, miss. Like, that bitch is 100% duck sauce. No disrespect to calling her a bitch or whatever. I wasn't like, yeah, but come on, man. The 120, like, yo, the girl who loves fighting people that don't like fighting people at 126 pounds, like fighting 120-pound fighters on a regular, consistent basis. Like, don't get me started on her. Don't get me started on Jay Leon Love. Don't get me started on any of the people that he so-called sparring with. And, like, let's be serious here. You think that man really in that joint trying to take any real punishment? Come on, man. Nate Robinson, do that shit equal out the punishment? Ben Askren, let's be serious. Do that shit equal out the punishment? Robbie Lawler rushed this man, was putting fist on that man, and that man just literally reached out there until he could reach out, touch, grab him, wrap him up, and not let him go so he could get some type of submission out the deal. In that fight, happened really fast, but that's all of the ingredients of exactly what it was. So at the end of the day, yes, it is an insult to call, Jake Paul a real boxer. It is almost like, yo, real boxers and promoters got to start looking at themselves like, yo, is this what we really fucking want? Because we got to take ownership in this shit. Because if you want Jake Paul, outshining, what real boxers really are and having more power than what real boxers really have, because the money ain't going around for real boxers because y'all really can't get real fights for them. Whether it's this side of the street, whether it's this politic hitting, whether this person is in their feelings about how this person talked to him, you're not going to have a fight. Like, come on, man. You don't want Jake Paul. Like, yo, Jake Paul is legit. Jake Paul and Logan Paul are the biggest freaking, are basically realistically like the biggest fighters that are on, Fox Stable right now. I think Manny Pacquiao out of his PBC deal. I think Ugas was the last fight. Correct me if I'm wrong. So if not, that would be Jake Paul and Logan Paul would have to be the biggest fighters on their stable. I don't know who else is. Errol Spence ain't bigger than Jake Paul and Logan Paul. Errol Spence events aren't bigger than Jake Paul and Logan Paul. And if y'all want me to be 100% honest about something, Mikey Garcia got paid more than Errol Spence when they fought. And that fight was in Dallas. I thought it was an Errol Spence show at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium for who is Errol Spence. Wasn't Jerry Jones passing out jackets? Or did we not hear on the Breakfast Club that Jerry Jones comped like over 10,000 seats for that fight? So this is what I'm saying, man. Does boxing, does the promotional outfits and all and them being, and barely being able to squeeze a quarter out of their ass, do they want to have Jake Paul running their shit? Jake Paul and Logan, is that going to be the measuring stick for what, how boxers move, what boxing is really supposed to be? Because it seems like that's what it's starting to become. Or out how they say in Houston or whatever, that's what it do. I don't know, man, but I got to call it for what it is. I had a tendency to like look forward ahead of things and be like, try to prep people, be like, yo, get prepared for the goofy shit, because you already know the dude don't already, he doesn't have a problem with talking already. So if he beats Tyron Woodley, you're going to have an influx of casuals, which I don't ever have a problem with new people getting attached to boxing, but they're not going to be attached to boxing the way you think that they're going to be attached to boxing. The casual fans that are going to come behind Jake Paul knocking over Tyron Woodley are going to be the type of casual fans that you tend to argue with every day, who already are like disconnected from what real life is in the boxing world, and they're going to carry the type excuses, type casual energy to a whole nother level of delusion. I promise you that. If you think the fans in boxing are unbearable right now who just deal with the PBC and those are real boxers, imagine the influx of fans who come from fucking YouTube, who come from Instagram, Twitch, wherever they coming from, that's going to be attached to boxing because they think Jake Paul is the real deal, because they don't know shit about boxing. And let's be serious here. American boxing has not been exciting. It has not been something that has been getting hella viewership like that, to where it's going viral, where everybody is catching every knockout on a week-by-week basis. So I promise you, the strength is going to be behind the echo of what they think about Jake Paul from beating a mixed martial artist, a champion, Tyron Woodley. That shit is going to really, really, really drive you away from the sport. Like I said, the super goofy shit, rainbow hair boy that I got in the picture right here, get ready for this type shit. Like Tupac said when he was referring to rap, if we don't keep this shit hard, man, this shit gonna stay hard. It's gonna stay how it's supposed to be. Hip hop will always be how it's supposed to be. If you elevating people's mind on, et cetera, et cetera. But if you come here through with this super goofy shit, with all of that fake funny shit, this shit was written back in 95, 94, before that man passed away, saying that shit on a shooting range in an interview. This the type of shit that's going to happen to rap. Well, God damn it, that's rap right now. So you mean to tell me that all of this weird ass shit can be transitioning to boxing? Because it's clearly already starting. They've already cracked the door a little bit. Oh, they ready to be on some ATF shit. They ready to hit that bitch with the battery ram. Try to kick that motherfucker in, dog. Like, imagine boxing when you having like some fucking Google, some Google style wings off in the motherfucker. I'm talking about Google style interior decorations and shit. You gonna have niggas running around on pink fucking Schwinn's, red, purple, all types of Schwinn's parked outside. Niggas is gonna get real environmentally savvy. Motherfuckers is gonna want vegan beet juice, all types of weird type energy. Motherfuckers ain't gonna be going to no clubs no more, throwing it up. Niggas is not going to conduct themselves at the press conferences how like alpha male energy really is. It's going to go to ping pong tournaments and fucking beer bong. Like, yo, get ready for the charade, Slim. Beer bong tournaments at motherfucking press conferences and shit like that. Y'all motherfuckers think I'm just talking some shit, but no, I'm talking some real shit. It's deeper than just a boxing match, bro. Niggas better get hip to what I'm saying right now, man. Goofy shit begets more goofy shit. And like, let's be honest, man. Boxing hasn't realistically been type violent for a long time. Am I lying? There's still a few mean motherfuckers out here, but like, let's be serious. The practice of boxing hasn't necessarily been mean when it comes to the ring. Because, you know, that type of shit, when you get mean and nasty mixed together in a boxing ring, it usually equates to a bunch of great boxing matches, and you can't say you guys have received that. Like when you literally only have like 1 or 2 or 3 fights to where you can kind of like mention in the like fight of the year type perspective, and then like to think about it, it's like, damn, it's like voting for fight of the year isn't really going to be that hard, or knockout of the year really isn't going to be that hard now, is it? So all I'm saying is, if everything is already getting kind of soft and getting kind of watered down, and I mean shit, and we looking at the dudes already who are professionals who ain't even acting as they should in their profession, why wouldn't we get some type of Google interior decorations and, you know what I'm saying, in the boxing offices? Fuck it, you gonna have that shit in Top Rank? Is it gonna be in the Zone? Is it gonna be in well, it's already definitely starting to kick in take form and take shape and live life and really moving like that in Showtime, right? Man, when you got Tank Davis dropping his real belt just for him to keep 2 fake belts. Look, man, listen, man. Listen. So when and I've made it very clear that boxing has to take ownership for the type of activity that goes on here, Dolomite. These are all facts. You know, like Bad Left Hook put out a nice article that I read a little while ago when they were speaking on, you know, the Rolly Romero. I believe this was back in July. I don't know if any of y'all caught it or whatever, or if anybody's a fan of Bad Left Hook. They pretty popular, you know, boxing outlet. But yeah, they put out an article about Rolly Romero and the prospect of him fighting Tank Davis, and considering how much of a reality that could be, all depending on how they would look at Rolly Romero, if they see him as having a future or somebody they could really serve up the Tank. And you know, at the end of the day, like, who the fuck is Rolly Romero? Like, who is Tank Davis? And basically, Bad Left Hook was saying that Tank Davis is running around fighting for fake fucking regular belts at the 130 division all the way up to 140, and everything that he was doing was of no significance. Now, Bad Left Hook was saying this shit, and I mean, they was really dragging him, so they was just saying how a prospect of a match like this could really be a reality, but they're like, really, how much steam do you have? How much traction would you have behind a Rolly Romero versus Tank Davis match, and how many people are going to go out and see that? Because like Bad Left Hook is saying, and pretty much I agree with, and I've been saying, yeah, Tank Davis can be a star, but you keep fucking running Tank Davis amongst the alleyways of 130 to 140 pounds because you don't want to move him up boxing's main street in those divisions because you're afraid of the motherfucking main hitters who exist out there on them corners. So you move them through the alleyways trying to make them look like something. So we're at the point where boxing is straight up glorifying and lying about fucking regular belts just to make Tank look like something. So it goes with like, yo, everybody's playing ball. So when you got everybody playing ball with the shit, all of the goofies are coming in. They all coming in full force. So Jake Paul, and I don't blame Jake Paul. This is the thing. Like, I don't want that to be misconstrued. I'm not blaming Jake Paul. I'm blaming boxing. You know, everybody got like some type of ownership in it. And not saying we're at that point, but look, the fights today, right? So given by the post conference, this dude win. You see how he act against Ben Askren? Oh my God. Tyron Beckford Woodley. How you think they gonna act when that motherfucker gets if he gets starched? But like I said, Tank's moving through the alleyways of 130 all the way up to 140. No Teofimo fights, no Ryan Garcia fights, no Devin Haney fights, none of that shit. No Josh Taylor fight, nothing like that. And that could be the one thing that, like, yo, you wouldn't even hear shit about what the fuck they doing if he did that. Tank don't even realize that he got the keys to a lot of people's success and his own. Then you can get away from owning, you know what I'm saying, these jewelry companies. But hey, man, if they not going to own it, this is what it's going to be. But all I can say is this. If y'all think it's hard for fighters to get in the ring and want to fight now, what do you think it's going to be after the night? If Jake Paul iced this dude? What do you think it's going to be after the type fans that I was talking about coming over and this whole Google interior decoration that's, you know what I'm saying, going to be residing in, you know, the offices of boxing now? What do you think that's going to be? Jed Kyle, salute. Timmy Neal, and salute. I'm telling y'all, man. You might scoff at it. You might not think it's really nothing, but believe me, it's something. BoxRec had Tank ranked 1 with the Reggie belt and Josh Taylor ranked as number 2 as an undisputed champion. I mean, shit, at this point in our lives, man, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. You gotta understand something, man. It's a known fact that the clowns are winning right now. I repeat, it's a known fact in boxing that the clowns are winning. And if the clowns are winning, and we seeing in the numbers, the data can actually back up the victories. I mean, shit. What can we expect to happen other than the energy, the culture is all gonna change? Because just like times change and seasons change, so does culture, man. And I mean, boxing has had a certain culture for a certain level of time, but through times changing, it seems like the culture of boxing is starting to change too, and that's something that I never thought I would say. And once again, I'm not speaking to the whole world, but I'm definitely speaking to the American market. And I mean, motherfuckers can be as mad as me as they want. People can say, oh, 2 hands, you cooning for the UK. You can say whatever, but if you're not willing to identify what the hell is going on in the American atmosphere, in the business of American boxing, then you, my friend, are in denial. And I'm sorry, I just happen to be a little bit more real than you. And I can deal with criticism that you can't, because maybe I'm just a little bit stronger and you just a little bit more of a weak-minded motherfucker. But this is what American boxing has become. And to no fault, Is that a YouTuber that took up boxing for fucking 3 years and seen that he could capitalize on it? At no fault is it guys like Dominic Brazil who can literally leave freaking college and go box at the age of 21 and then have some type of status in the heavyweight division, or they come in with elite training programs after dudes who just did not make it in whatever sport they were in, whether it was basketball, football, or whatever the case, and they can just start throwing their hands because boxing is that desperate to try to find some form of heavyweight who can breathe life back in the market. Hey man, like I said, you got the freaking spokesman in the NFL, literally the beacon of freaking mental health and retardation himself, Brandon Marshall, even picking up gloves after Chad Ochocinco, after he just was criticizing Chad Ochocinco on his show for doing the absolute same thing and saying that even he can make a run in the heavyweight division. So god damn it, am I tripping or not? This shit is real, man. This shit is real. That's why on Super Knipl Sunday, we got to talk about the clown shit. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm excited to watch this event because I want to see if the kid going to get pummeled or the kid, or he going to pummel the kid. Either way, you can't tell me it's not some shit to talk about. And you can't tell me that it, like literally, man, it's more exciting than Manny Pacquiao versus Dennis Ugas, man. Fucked up as it may seem, y'all can call me an asshole or whatever, but it truly is. It's got more of a story on the front end and the back end. It's like, man, is the dude who sat and just literally just bullshitted his whole life on YouTube and got success for it, about to go out here and spark out Tyron Woodley, or Tyron Woodley about to spark him out. I mean, Jake Paul and his brother got 3 fight deals with Showtime. I mean, is this really about to be Revenge of the Nerds Part 4? And are these dudes really about to influx in boxing and start giving the, you know what I mean, the first floor of boxing some Google freaking some Google interior decorations, man? Because I'm starting to feel the vibes here. So, yeah, it is more exciting than Manny and Ugas. Shit, we could already predict what was going to happen with Manny Pacquiao versus Dennis Ugas on the front end and the back end. The before and after effects. With this shit, we don't know what's going to happen. But believe it or not, it's a lot more damaging what couldn't happen. All I know is, fuck it, I ain't got shit to do on Sunday. Why not? Shout out to CM10. He said, oh yeah, it's something. Politics and boxing was already on steroids, but after the night, it goes to crack, especially with a Paul win. Bruh, I'm telling you, it's going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy. I'm telling you, Revenge of the Nerds. Revenge of the Nerds. And shout out to the nerds, though. I don't got no problem with the nerds. I'm just saying, man. I don't mean like, I mean goofy shit. Straight goofy shit. The insane clown posse happened to make money. British boxing fans are almost unanimous that this is not the way. Look, bro, I heard somebody say on Ring IQ the other day, I believe it might have been Beats. I heard him say, yo, if they tried this shit over in the UK, motherfuckers would get flogged in the streets. That's the type of shit I like, man. Like, where is that? Like, man, like, look, man, I'm telling you, culture, man, culture. And like, for real, it's a lot of the fruity shit that be going on over here. Like, yo, like, y'all wouldn't go for that shit. And I feel like I thought that I would always be able to say in the American boxing market that there would never be a fucking day that we would go for this shit. We would have been crumbled the whole building. But I guess I was wrong. Said, bro, countries, companies, man, even Mother Teresa, all about lining their pockets. Boxing no different. Hey man, yeah. I mean, everybody getting their money. Everybody get their money. I'm just saying, bro, but I mean, shit, looking at American boxing right now, American boxing hella different when it comes to this goofy shit, though. I'm just saying, get ready though. Get ready though. Cause if he don't, look, Woodley gotta stop him, man. Woodley on my life, yo. Woodley got to stop this dude, man, because Woodley said the one thing in that press conference that made more sense than anything that should be echoed. That should be echoed across the boxing world. It was like, yo, I don't think he take this shit serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think this motherfucker really give a fuck about boxing. All this shit is a game to him. And I'm about to go in there. I'm gonna beat the shit out this boy for all the, you know what I'm saying, the boxers who really put in work and really put their life on the lines for this thing, because you can't play boxing. And I'm telling you, if Jake Paul wins this shit, this is the definition of like, yo, so basically all of that shit we say about, yo, you can't play boxing, as many times I done said it on my show, and it's been said throughout generations of boxing. So basically Jake Paul gonna come through and he gonna railroad all of that shit and basically show the world that you can go out here and play boxing. Cause he been playing boxing. Man, come on, man. They saying this man is 3-0 right now, man. They got this man 3-0 on a professional scale right now, man. 3-0. Like, come on, yo. Fuck. Jake Paul 3-0, man. This shit means something. This basically saying, yeah, motherfucker, you can play boxing. Jake Paul 3-0 off Nate Robinson, my dude. Ben Askren, my dude. Who was the other dude? I don't even know. Wasn't it the dude he fought in, didn't he fight in Florida or something like that against a little weird fucking video gamer? He's 3-0, man. They got him logged 3-0 on BoxRec, anywhere else you look. So you mean to tell me y'all thinking about ranking this dude? It gets spooky, man. I'm telling you. They watched the Charlie Z playbook. They watched the Charlie Z playbook and niggas who was a little bit smarter with a little bit more money and no homo, but with a lot better of a physique and size, went ahead and said, you know what? We about to capitalize on this shit. We about to bring in the bag, boy. We about to bring in the bag, boy. Man, these boys they ain't capping, they capitalizing. They capping and capitalizing. How about that? Yo, I don't think people understand when I stress how serious this is, man. I'm so glad that I don't be on Twitter like that. And I know it's a lot of other people who content creators is getting off their shit too, because yo, it's already fucked up. I'm telling you, after the night, it's going to determine how really fucked up it gets. Could be better. It could be better for channels, and it could be a lot worse. Because y'all might be dealing with a lot of people that could argue that Jake Paul could eventually beat Canelo. I'm telling you, it's about to go there. It's about to go there. Think about what happens if Jake Paul beats Tyron Woodley, and now you got a whole bunch of people in the inboxes and the chats and all of that shit talking about, you know, Jake Paul gonna smoke Canelo. I can't believe I'm talking about this shit. Like, this shit is real. Like, I can't believe I'm talking about this. Like, realistically, you're going to have little motherfuckers running around because Canelo going to be like an OG to these little dudes. There's going to be dudes running around, like, really arguing it down that Jake Paul quite possibly might just, hold on, let me catch my breath. Motherfuckers gonna be arguing with y'all, saying that he can smoke Canelo. Get ready for it. He's already on his hit list. Him, Tommy Fury, he really might have something to worry about. I'm dead ass serious. Does it start to ring some bells now? You see where I'm coming from now? Like, imagine after the night, yo. Like, bro, man. Bro. Nobody. I'm not saying nobody said it yet, bro. But like I said, like, think about the crowd that watches Jake Paul. These dudes are 25 to fucking 5. Real spill. 25 to 5. The people that watch Canelo are from 60 down to fucking 10. Those that are fans of boxing like that. But I'm just saying, the social media world, YouTube is the most searched thing on Google, bro. It is the most watched, the most searched, the most used. So what I'm saying is, what the social media presence speaks in volumes to where boxing can't even, you know what I'm saying, like, be heard, bro. So the fans that are like leeching on to this shit, bro, who don't have an idea who Canelo is, because in some way, shape, or form, Canelo is an OG in the game right now. These little delusional motherfuckers gonna come over here arguing with y'all, arguing with me about how Canelo might get smoked out his boots by Jake Paul. I can't do this shit this morning, man. For real, I need something to drink. Fuck out of here, man. Oh my God, bro. Bro, like y'all don't understand. Like, I'm thinking of all of this shit because these are realistic possibilities that could be happening. I don't know if y'all saw the big retarded whiteboard this dude had with his hit list on it. But he said in 3 years, he's going to fight Canelo, man. He's going to fight Canelo. Tommy Fury saying he can't fight 6-round bouts. He got to go down to 4 and shit like that. Like realistically, like, I've like, you can have an argument that Jake Paul is on a better trajectory in his career than Tommy Fury. That I will not debate with you on. But look, man, I don't want to hear this shit, man. I don't want to hear little freaking weird kids and shit that are just like freaking publicly like just monster eccentric. I don't want to have these conversations with these little weird ass eccentric children, bro. These just these socially awkward kids. I don't want to have this conversation or even like have to even like think that my ears would even like Jake Paul is gonna snuff Canelo. I don't even want to have to think about this shit. But here we are. Here we are, and there's a market for it. But hey, can I say that I would enjoy every second of freaking Canelo punching him in his fucking ribs? Oh, by all means. By all means. What if the strategy is to like have this kid play dodgeball from a whole shitload of opposition, tiptoe around him, have a couple of guys fall just so he could potentially meet Canelo? So what the fuck am I saying right now? This is too much. This is too much. This is too much. JD, salute. This is way too much, guys. I'm telling you. This is becoming too much already. I don't know, man. I think my brain is like overloading from having this conversation. I'm like all choked up with fucking laughter. Like, this is some funny shit. And sad enough to say that this could potentially be my life. Canelo, you better watch your ass. Pause. Jake Paul. Excuse me. Jake Paul is coming, bruh. He's fucking coming. And the nerds are coming too. The nerds are coming. Man, y'all get ready, man. Reaper Gang Radio, man. I tell no lies. I'm a big Woodley fan, but he's only has explosive bursts with his right hand, and I think he might gas out tonight. Paul takes him into deep water. See, Jake Paul hasn't shown that he can fight for 36 minutes either. So with that being said, I would have to say this. I've seen Tyron Woodley fight for 25 minutes time after time. But that extra 11 could do something. So I'm just saying, we don't know if Jake Paul nor Tyron Woodley can go that 12. That shit could look like Bosco versus freaking what was that damn celebrity fight I was watching on Triller? That shit could look like Bosco versus Gonzo, two old English gut-having bastards sitting in the center ring trying to fight, and after the second round, all they want to do is sit down and have a conversation over some Roscoe's chicken and waffles. It could be. I don't know, man. The condition to go 12 and the fact that I even have to entertain this conversation, like, you know, this is like this is real shit. Like let's put in perspective here that we're having a conversation. We're having a conversation about Jake Paul's win tank. This is fucked up. My life took a major fucking U-turn for the worst. Shout out to Tekashi 6IX9INE. This is Reaper Gang Radio. We do this shit for real. Yeah, man, definitely. RIP to Gonzo, man. That fight will forever go down as one of the worst boxing matches in the ghetto ever. But RIP to that guy, for sure. Like that goes what I was saying, sliding counter salute. We know that Paul will get destroyed. I would just love for it to happen. Like, look, this fight number 2 on the contract is Tommy Fury going to be number 3, and then this is when and then are they going to look, man, Jake Paul might get an interim title after tonight. I swear to God, don't be surprised if Mauricio Sulaiman slides up in that bitch with some brand new WBC belt ready to strap that joint on his waist and tell him he would like to thank him for all of the great things he's done for boxing in the WBC. Oh my God, I can't do this shit this morning. I swear to God, I can't do this shit this morning. Oh, man. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. I swear to God, Joe. Don't be surprised if Mauricio Sulaiman slide up with the belt, man. Congratulating that man for all he's done for boxing. And how he has been instrumental to the success of the WBC. That I am not kidding. Man, I swear to God, I'm about to break a rib in this bitch laughing, man. I should not have smoked this morning, man, before I talked about this shit. This is fucking hilarious, man. Look, it's already there. I'm not trying to plant no seed. Pause. I just think it's already there. I just know from the recent history and the recent events in boxing, this shit smells like something that Mauricio Sulaiman is geared up and ready to do. He will not miss a second to be involved. And it's a Showtime event too. Are you kidding me? Can this not be life? I think it can. Oh, man. Oh, man. Look, man. He's ready, bro. Like, look, he giving Charlo voodoo dolls, and he's going to be handing Jake Paul freaking interim belts, man. Get ready, man. Get ready. Get ready for the speech, man. Like Mauricio Sulaiman, anytime, like, look, dude. Anytime Showtime is involved, Mauricio Sulaiman acts like every event is a freaking WBC convention at Mexico. He's got to give everybody a fucking belt. He's got to give away something. And he's got to tell everyone how their contributions to the WBC have been second to none. And you know what I'm saying? He's got to hug everybody and take 1,000 pictures. I mean, this is just what this guy does. It is 100% that is the character of that is just his character. So I expect nothing less from this dude. I really don't. Peter, you make a great point there. That is precisely the reason why things like marijuana exist in this world. When you have to talk about boxing on Sunday and it consists of Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley and the after effects of a Jake Paul victory. Hey, man, this is, you got to smoke. You have to. Look, man, that motherfucker is, Mauricio Sulaiman is equivalent to freaking Bad Boy Entertainment back in 1995. He just can't stop and he won't stop. And fucking, if this was Suge Knight standing at the podium, he would definitely be telling Mauricio Sulaiman this. If you want somebody, if you don't want nobody all in all your press conferences, at the end of all your fights after you win, trying to hog up all of your victories, all of your glory, come over to the IBF. The IBF will be equivalent to death row. Fuck, man. This shit is crazy. Said now the WBC don't want to catch heat like how the WBA is and has been from the ABC. Man, listen, man. Don't be surprised if there isn't something commemorative. I repeat, don't be surprised if there isn't something commemorative waiting outside of the freaking ring to be put around the waist or over the shoulder. No, I would say around the waist and over the shoulder of Jake Paul and trainer. And the handshake for Tyron Woodley for trying. Hey, man. This is Reaper Gang Radio. We do boxing. I don't know, man, but it sounds fucking fitting, man. Sulaiman hands out belts like he's at a tie rack at an airport. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, man. He's like that dude at the club. He's like that dude at the fucking club you go to that's like always got the toiletries and shit. You got a tip, you know what I'm saying? You might go to the club and shit, go to the bathroom. He's the throw up guy. He's like the throw up stand guy. You know, when you go in the club and the people that throw up and shit, they need all the toiletries, the cologne and shit like that. You might need some mints. You might even have some candy back there and some condoms or whatever, and you pay him and shit like that. Mauricio Sulaiman hands out WBC commemoratives on that level. Like he's the bathroom cologne guy at the club. He's the cologne in the bathroom guy, man. I tell no lies. Man, for real. For real. And you ain't you shit. And I'm telling you, Jake Paul would be more than happy to answer the door for his motherfucking unwelcome ass, man. He would be more than welcome that Jake Paul would have commemorated. Jake Paul would more than welcome that shit. Yo, and then think about the type energy Jake Paul would move with to receive any type of commemorative belt or like WBC fucking doggy bag from Mauricio Sulaiman. You already know how it goes down in the world of Jake Paul. That motherfucker is going to be running around like the champ. Like, fuck that. How freaking Conor McGregor was running around with that double champ ego. Yeah. Slap that shit on Jake Paul. Grandfathers ain't going to be the only thing getting punched at bars, bitches. Look, man, that's all I got for y'all today, man. It's been fun. It's been real, man. Look, man, as we always say at the end of this shit, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. Outside all of the jokes and all of the other bullshit, for real. Like, seriously, man. I hope this dude don't win tonight. If he does win tonight, look, man, get ready for the fucking nerds. Get ready for the kids, the casuals who know nothing about boxing, to argue with you and argue with me about Jake Paul smoking Canelo. I'm out, bitches. Reaper Gang Radio. We do boxing.